Hi, you're watching Nerd News. I'm your host, Christopher, aka the Bronze Age Nerd. This is the show where I go over all the biggest stories that might matter to geeks and nerds everywhere from the last week, or at least important according to me, and share them with you. First up, extremely tragic news as the creator of Berserk, Kentaro Miura, passed away at the age of 54 this week, and it's definitely an unfortunate passing. I myself just started reading Berserk and definitely was interested to see where the story goes. So this is a sad bit of news, and I'm sure a lot of people are definitely going to feel this one. Rest in peace. In our second story for this week, I just want to announce that this is a spoiler for Catwoman 31. You might want to skip ahead to the next segment if you don't want any spoilers for that issue. We learned that Poison Ivy will be changing her name to just Ivy. This goes along with sort of the reformation of that character as she's further moving on the path towards sort of a hero or anti-hero rather than a villain. The name Poison doesn't really go with that, so it makes sense that she's dropping it just to Ivy. I've been a big fan of this character, especially since the Harley Quinn show sort of showed us this funny side of her that isn't really represented in the comics, but still it made me appreciate that character a lot more. And I'm looking forward to the change. It'll be very interesting to see where this goes. LEGO made a couple big announcements this week for Marvel related sets. The first of which is the biggest LEGO Marvel set to date. It's the Daily Bugle set. This set has 3,772 pieces and features 25 minifigs. Pretty much if you're a Spider-Man fan, this is a must buy. If you have the scratch for it, LEGO sets are expensive, but this is a really cool one. The other set they announced that I'm interested in is the Infinity Gauntlet. This is a sweet model. It's the sort of the Thanos style Infinity Gauntlet, not the Nano Gauntlet, and really a cool looking model that I'm excited for. I did not expect to be talking about Highlander news, but it just broke a little while ago that Henry Cavill has been cast as the star of a Highlander reboot. Highlander was that popular series of movies and a TV show. The series had a surprising amount of likes to it. I personally really enjoyed the first movie. Wasn't a huge fan of everything else that came along afterwards, but really cool to see Henry Cavill take the lead. I'm interested in just about anything he does these days. If there can only be one Highlander, my advice is to make it Henry Cavill. That seems like a good move. Last week I reported on the Snake Eyes poster dropping where we got the reveal of Snake Eyes' face, so to speak, and then we saw the trailer the next day, and it wasn't great. I didn't really enjoy it. I talked to a lot of other G.I. Joe fans. They didn't seem to enjoy it that much either. It was just one trailer. There's a chance that it was just a bad trailer and this will be a better movie, but it left much to be desired. Hopefully it's just a fun action film at this point. That's kind of all I can hope for. But fingers crossed. I love G.I. Joe and I'd really like to see this kind of reboot of the franchise and film work because I think there's some cool G.I. Joe movies to be made or TV shows or whatever it might be. And hopefully we start getting those. Still, I will give this one a lot of support because I'm just a big G.I. Joe fan and Snake Eyes is my favorite character, so yo Joe. I do try to announce all the CGC in-house signings, and there's a new one that they announced. This one is Nick Spencer, the most recent Amazing Spider-Man and the Secret Empire miniseries writer. We'll be doing a CGC in-house signing event, so you want to send your books in for that. They are due by June 30th, 2021 if you want to get those items signed by Mr. Spencer. Marvel Legends announced kind of a new subline. This is the Infinity Saga characters, and there are some real cool figures that they've announced as part of this. We get a fixed Captain America, we get a new Iron Man suit from the first Iron Man film, we get Obadiah Stane and the Ironmonger, we get Rescue and Captain Marvel, we get Fat Bro awesome dual wielding Thor with Stormbreaker and Mjolnir. God, I love that character. I'm super excited about the fixed face and the two shields for that Captain America figure, which is my favorite look he's had in the films. We get Odin and we get a giant-sized Surtur figure too. I think he's 13 inches tall. That's pretty incredible. It's no HasLab Sentinel, but it's still really cool. And they did also announce one of their replicas. We're going to get a replica Nano Gauntlet, which is really neat. This one is more of the style that Iron Man wore instead of the one that Professor Hulk wore in the movie. But still extremely cool. I'm looking forward to a lot of these releases, and I'm definitely gonna think about picking up that Captain America and that Thor. All right, guys, so that was all the news that I found over the last week that I thought was worthy of sharing with you guys. If you find any stories out there that you really want me to cover, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I love looking forward to all your guys' suggestions about stories I should cover. I will definitely consider including those in future videos. I do want to remind you that I do have a Ko-fi if you want to donate to the channel. That's a good way to support me as I try to upgrade my lighting, my microphone, my camera, all that kind of fun stuff. So anything you do donate does go back into the channel. Lastly, in all my videos coming up for the foreseeable future, I'm just going to announce that I'm getting really close to 400 subscribers. Once I do get to 400 subscribers, I'm going to announce my 500 subscriber giveaway. There's gonna be a bunch of cool free comics, definitely something you'll want to check out. So if you want to get people to subscribe to the channel, we'll just get to free comic books for you guys that much quicker. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Nerd News. I hope to see you again next week, and I want you to remember, as always, hey, 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 read comics every day.